Okay. David Benavidez, the Mexican monster. He's looking in monstrous shape ahead of his upcoming fight with Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. That's what I want to talk about in this video. Stay tuned. Let's talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Ego Weight Watchers, aka EW, where I give you a look into the fighter lifestyle before, after, and progress picks, especially when they have an upcoming fight. The time is almost here. We got a great Thanksgiving week fight. David Benavidez, he posted this new leaked picture of him in camp, finishing his camp strong, and he's flexing. This looks like between the Caleb Plant camp and the Demetrius Andrade camp, some of the best shape that we've ever seen David Benavidez in. Ego Weight Watchers. If you know David Benavidez's story, like he sparred with a lot of top names like Triple G.
Hey, no, guys, hey, Max, guys, it's big drama. Yeah, punches.
Right? Kelly Pavlik. He's worked with Zordo Ramirez. And some of those guys, at least like the Kelly Pavliks, he was working with him when he was very young. He was like a teenager, which is not uncommon. I interviewed Mikey Garcia years ago, and Mikey Garcia had worked with Manny Pacquiao in sparring and Edwin Valero, stuff like that. So it's not uncommon for teenagers who are boxing to work with the more seasoned pros who might be older than them. However, when Benavidez was younger, when he was like in his teens, he was a bit portly, he was a bit pudgy and stuff like that. And he always seemed like he had extra weight. So having a person who spent many childhood years or whatever being rather large, and then seeing him in his journey where he's at right now is pretty awesome to see. Because again, I mean, I don't know, I'm not in charge of his genetics, but basically based on the fact that when he was very young, he was so big, then fighters like that sometimes have a propensity, if they're not being disciplined, they could revert back to that. You know what I mean? Like, put it this way. Just think of your heaviest weight. If you ever let yourself get to that weight one time, what's going to prevent you from ever going back to that weight? Discipline, And if you have a certain succession or a series of events happen, go through a bad breakup or whatever, some people who have already struggled with weight, they wind back up, in those same predicaments with the heavier weights. David Benavidez also, he's a 2X WBC champion in the division, super middleweight. One of the times was for cocaine. He had that in his system, partying or whatever. And then the other one was in the pandemic. He missed it because of weight. So that was about 2020 when we first knew about the pandemic in the States, and we had the shutdowns and the NBA shutdowns, and gyms were harder to access and certain things were closed. That was what was going on at the time. So in 2020, he was stripped a couple years ago when the pandemic started. He was stripped based on weight. It looks like he's made some definite changes. He got Mimo Heredia, and I watched this interview where he was saying that he was doing, I believe he said he was doing his training camp in Seattle as opposed to where he's from in Arizona. And I think that and settling down with his wife or girlfriend or fiance has helped him exponentially, because him being a family man and having kids, it just kind of matured him. And then I think also it's very important for I've been around boxing so long, so I've seen all these stories and I've seen the highs and the lows with a lot of fighters, and some fighters you don't even hear from too much anymore based on choices that they may have made in their career. And one thing I can tell you for certain, is great to have a solid team around you, people who really care about you. They want to see you flourish. They want to see you thrive, and they want to see you survive and really just progress as a man or a woman or whatever you are, right? So that's good for David Benavidez. It looks like he has probably cut the fat, and he got Jose Benavidez, his brother, and his dad and his girl, and and sparring partners. He got probably more of a quaint team, and I think that's good for him. I definitely think it's good because, again, a lot of these fighters struggle when they go from obscurity and making a certain amount of money to all of a sudden you have all this money, all this attention on you, and you got some dough in your pocket and whatnot. People tend to do the wrong thing, or at least the temptations are there, and it's up to the individual. And we've seen that earlier in Benavidez's career, where he dabbled in coke and was playing with his nose, whatever was going on, partying too much and things like that, having the wrong people in situations. So I am happy to see this in these types of fights where it's a big fight. Showtime's closing their boxing programming down, so I want to just see great fights. And Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade is a great fight, and I'll do a Andrade video because he looks like he's in monster shape too. He's training with Snack and Victor Conti. Then you got David Benavidez training with Angel Mimo Heredia and his team and sparring. And I've seen pictures of both of them and videos and whatnot. They both look like they're in tremendous shape, and they're both kind of promising the same thing. Benavidez is saying he's gonna knock Andrade out, and he's not afraid of Andrade. He wants to stop him. Then you have Andrade, he said he's gonna take him to school, and they're both looking in mean shape, like they really are coming to do it. So salute to them. Now, I never really understood this. With about a month and a half left to go before the end of the year, I hate when people start talking about fight of the year conversations and fight of the year conversations, and you still have a calendar of fights. Like Edwin De Los Santos versus Shakur has not happened as of me recording this video. Benavidez has not fought. David Morrell has not fought. So we still have more Andrade, you know what I mean? So I've already seen people talk about this guy is the fighter of the year, or this guy is the fighter of the year. But to be honest, depending on the outcome of this and how it plays out, David Benavidez is definitely someone that you have to consider, at least consider, for fighter of the year if he beats an undefeated, very tricky Demetrius Andrade. First of all, a lot of guys don't even want to fight Andrade. That's facts. A lot of guys, they're not even trying to fight Andrade throughout his career. So he's been ducked. He's been a boogeyman of sorts. You got to give a lot of credit to Benavidez for even fighting him. And then let alone if he's able to beat him, especially if he does it emphatically, like he's saying, like stops him or drops him or hurts him or whatever, you're going to have to give him a lot of props, because this is the same year that he fought Caleb Plant. And I think that's a hell of a resume. I mean, there's a lot of other fighters like Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Great performance by Terrence Crawford, but he only fought one time this year. And that becomes easier to look sensational on one given night versus two. Now, I'm not saying Benavidez beats Andrade. I don't know. I don't know who wins this fight. I got to think about it some more. But I'm just putting that out there. It's a little bit premature for us to start talking about fighter of the year and who gets it and who gets fight of the year when we still have more to go. That's all I'm saying. And Benavidez, he's had a very solid year, especially if he can remain undefeated and unbeaten, and he's able to beat Demetrius Andrade. Let me know how I did in this video. Ego Weight Watchers, incredible shape from Benavidez, the Mexican monster, as Mike Tyson would say. Hey, I'm with David Benavidez. He's the Mexican monster. I want to see him fight the Cholo brothers. Jamel and Jamal, I want to see him fight the Cholos. Because the Mexican monster, he's not afraid of nobody. He just like to scrap. Let me know how I did in the video. I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. Often imitated, but never duplicated. I know they try, but I'm still the best. And I just make it look pretty. I make it look easy. Subscribe to the channel for all your boxing. This is your one-stop shop, Ego Weight Watchers. David Benavidez looking ripped. I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.